out stalking with the submarine guys. Enjoy.
So we're going to a forest called Glengennet. It's also part of a wind farm. So it's just a big sort of 20,000 acre plot. So we're up there hoping to see some reds and obviously some roe, and then hopefully harvest some. This is just sort of finishing off the cull plan, getting ready for letting them just survive over the winter, leave the ones that are left as part of the management plan. So this just shows the difference between a mile or so down the road. It was raining this morning, and I've got snow here. Scratching about to try and get some of it, clearing the snow away. Three up in this bank up here. I'm doing 2 follows, so take one of the followers if you can. I'm not going to gain a lot more distance by going up here. I'm just going to, if you go through here, we're just going to make too much noise, so I'm just going to set up the sticks here, see how I feel about the shot. I'm not 100% confident I want to get the shot. So ideally, heart long shots, it gives us the biggest margin of error, and we'll wait until it's fully broadside. So that one there should just be behind the shoulder. Hopefully I've hit it in the heart, if not just above the heart and the lungs. Right, so I know it's dead because the dog's already been at it, but for purposes of the DSC2 and stuff, I'm just going to touch its eyeball, make sure it's dead, checking for a blink reaction. So, you see here all the pink coloured blood as well, fruit shows it's a lung shot. So what we're going to do now is just going to carry out an external examination of the deer. I'm checking for things like foot and mouth, blue tongue, any sort of massive tick burdens. The tick burden could indicate that it's not fit. The massive tick burden could also make it not very fit. It's losing quite a lot of blood. I can tell it's a good lung shot because there's blood in the mouth, so it's obviously breathed blood out. Just checking for any lesions, sores, blisters, anything unusual. Check this tongue for swelling and looking blue. They're all completely healthy. Question I often get asked, do you need to check all the feet? Yeah, you do. A lot of people think they only need to check the one. Right, so all I'm going to do now is to start the cooling process. It's quite cold anyway, but I'm going to bleed the deer, get any blood out of that thoracic cavity and start the cooling process. Knife up into the sternum, up into the heart, and you'll see the blood coming out. Whilst I'm here, I'm also just going to cut up the neck. You can tell how sharp my knife is. Revenant Gralloch tool, my favourite knife. There's one thing that people neglect, maintenance of their knives. A sharp knife is a safe knife. So I'm just going to cut this here up above the thorax. And that should, and the food pipe here is quite clean anyway, the esophagus. There's nothing in there going to come back out into the cavity. So obviously suspended Gralloch is your gold plated solution. As I've said before, there's not a lot of trees around here, so I'm going to do everything on the floor. It's something that a lot of people struggle with, but you're not always going to be able to put a stag up into a tree, are you? So if you can do this, you can do it anywhere, and it's the same for all deer species then. So what I'm going to start off with is basically lift the tail up slightly. I'm going to do a horizontal cut at the base of the tail, straight across there. So we can see some feces already there, so we're just going to move that out of the way for now. And what I'm going to do is basically get my finger in behind the anus. And just a wee cut with the knife, just to help. And this is where people get the knife in there and use it too much. If you can, break all this tissue away. Just use your finger to peel it all away. More feces there, I'll get that out of the way. I'm just going to stick basically from the outside into the anus. And then I'm just basically going to do a V-cut from here up towards the tush. Then the same the other side, a V-cut. Get my fingers in here and free off all this tissue, keeping any feces that starts to poke out of the way. And then with my really sharp knife, just cut away at the tush. So what we have here is the vagina and the anus all coming out in a runner through the pelvic cavity. So just free up all this loose connective tissue, like so. And what you can do is then grab it and pull it out slightly, just to ensure it's free. What I'm going to do while I'm here as well is any feces in the anus, I'm just going to squeeze that out, like so. So it stays outside the cavity. And all I'm going to do is make a little hole, making sure that I don't touch or cut into the intestines. Now I'm just going to put my finger through the muscle wall. Yep. And I'm going to put my tip of my finger over the knife like so, to prevent the tip from cutting anything. And stick my finger in the hole, and just zip it right up to the breastbone. So I'm going to lay it on its right hand side. The reason I put it on its right hand side is the spleen will then be at the top. Obviously we check the spleen as an anthrax indicator. That's your bladder here. So I'm just going to reach up above that, grab the anus and pull everything out. So nothing's coming inside, then the anus is now outside. So I'm just cutting up and around there, staying away from the stomach. You only need to open up one half of it. So what I'm going to do now is reach up inside here, so here's the lungs. I'm going to reach up above the lungs, above the heart, and grab the bottom of the trachea, so the bottom of the windpipe. And basically, I'm just going to pull this out. Right, so the bullet has actually done some damage to the trachea that I can feel. So as you can see, the trachea has been split by the shot, but the esophagus here is still intact. That's your food pipe. Now what I'm going to do now is just get around, peel everything away from the spine, like so. But no, that's quite healthy and I'm happy with that.
How'd you get on?
Alright mate, got ourselves a nice mature doe.
Where was that? Up on the around the viewing area?
Glengennet, down below the viewing area, down in the gully, and in the top road.
Down the kind of footpath.
Saw the deer down the bottom, so we kept them in reserve. Went along the top road and we spied a couple at the viewpoint down the bottom. But
like just over.
you know what
that.
the wind's like up there, it's all
terrible,
swirly.
yeah.
So it was swirling all over the place, and then we ended up actually with the wind on our back. So I decided to cut down the banking
Yeah.
and head back for
That'd
the wind
be
right down the
interesting
bottom.
then. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, did you have snow up there this morning?
Yeah, we had snow, yeah. So where it rained with us, down on it, probably 200 feet higher.
There was, fun enough, I was up early for the donkey and there was a dusting about 5:30.
Yeah.
But it was already thawing.
Right, yeah.
And it was just trying to do a little bit. I wondered if when you got up there might be a bit of snow.
Yeah, as soon as we got onto the wind farm track, access track, because I thought initially when I was going out to open the gate up, I said to the camera guy, "It's a bit frosty up here."
And it's
And
snow.
then I obviously got out the car and I was like, "Oh no, it's snow," because it's all stuck to the side.
Is that what did you get? Mature?
So it's a mature doe. So
On
there
their own?
was 2 mature does and a kid, and I was wanting to take the kid, but it didn't present the shot, and the mature doe had actually seen us because we had to walk all the way down a big bank in plain view. So we just went really, really slowly, and they were looking, feeding, and then she was about to run, so
Yeah, good.
Had to
Yeah,
take
you've
it.
got to take a few.
it's part of the management plan.
This is a good example actually of the problem we had this morning. This wind is
All over the place.
It was there like, and it's so we're eating smoke at the minute. Nice to have a fire though.
I'm glad I'd be glad to eat and smoke. It's flames I'm eating at the moment. My eyebrow's still okay.
Where's the kettle? Where's the kettle you were going to bring?
It's, you know, when you put stuff in the house and then the wife puts it somewhere safe for you,
I
but doesn't
know.
remember where the safe place is.
I know very well. Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
So it's in the vortex of the Miller residence.
So you might come across it.
Yes.
Because I've not.
I'll come
I've
across them when I
actually.
don't need it.
I've not actually seen one of these things working.
The
your
gilly kettle.
Gilly kettle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do a feature on it.
Aye.
Yeah.
I've already been showing Liam how to light a fire.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
not.
we don't need flints and
We
stuff,
don't
do we?
need rubbing
and
sticks
rubbing
together
sticks.
and none of that rubbish. This is Scotland. This is hardcore. We have a
Oh,
fire.
I've not even got. I've not even
You've
got a
got a
lighter on me.
lighter. Did you favour the on the floor Gralloch up there?
No,
Because lack of trees.
the only reason is obviously, as you know yourself, and we've explained thousands of times, suspended Gralloch's the gold standard.
Yeah.
But you know what it's like on that bank, and there's no trees, and any trees they are, they're young
Tiny
conifers.
little bit, yeah.
So you can't hang them on, or you end up getting stabbed by the.
Yeah.
So just went for a ground Gralloch, tunnelled in from the back. So we didn't saw. Again, it's just another technique to show people, I thought.
I was just thinking though, you can't really. People see it on the footage, but you cannot describe the view from up there
No.
across the Galloway Hill.
No.
That's pretty special.
That says, "Welcome to my office," which is it's stunning. But no, yeah. So we Grallocked it, took it up to the range road at the box,
Get
and
that
then
smoke again.
walked back up. I wasn't carrying it all the way up the top of the hill.
Yeah, lightweight.
Mate, up here for thinking, down there for dancing. Yeah. Work hard.
Good result,
Work
then, really.
clever, not hard.
Good result.
Yeah.